So in general, beyond just those folks that are attending, there's a greater benefit possibly, we'll obviously see how we pull it off, but to the community at large.
I think so. I think there's a number of different angles to approach this. One is I think people will have great excitement and enjoyment from coming along to the first Football Partnerships event in Manchester. But in addition to that, as often you find, if you're going to good, credible, authoritative forums like this one intends to be, that people will get value from simply networking with other people, other like-minded individuals that work in that same area of the football industry.
Now, I've run up against walls in the past when it comes to people's responses, particularly in the U.S., to networking, or at least the term networking. I'm not a networker. I don't like to network. There is an actual value in meeting people face to face, and I would tend to think, and hopefully to some degree you will agree, that when you do meet with people in an actual face to face forum, the possibilities of it leading to a potential business synergy is that much greater, is it not?
Very much so. Yeah, I think the word networking can get tired, and I apologize for using it so much.
That's okay. I branded the Football Partnerships Network, so if anyone's going to be tired of it, it's me. But I think it's appropriate to use. So carry on.
No, but I think you're right. I mean, I in the Manchester area, or indeed throughout the United Kingdom as a whole, I quite often get involved in going to various groups, and more often than not, you're actually meeting up with people that you've never met before. Okay, there'll be a few familiar faces, but I still, to this very day, get an awful lot of value of just meeting people that work in the same marketplaces as myself. Just like you said, Alex, I mean, there can be opportunities, sales opportunities that can be derived immediately on the spot from meeting up with people, or meeting up with people that you know that introduce you to other people that they know. And in the same way, I expect this first forum to be of value to the various delegates that come along on the night.
Now, shifting, I suppose, again towards the effect on the community. Football Partnerships instituted a partnership with Grassroots Soccer, who's serving as the official responsibility partner of the FPN. It's an innovative organization. Many people, particularly in the U.S., are familiar with Ethan Zahn, who our thoughts and hearts go out to right now, who's battling an illness. It's a terrific organization, and they really impact the lives of people around the world, but particularly in Africa, where they use soccer or football to improve HIV prevention and increase education throughout the region. They are going to be serving as an education partner, essentially, by providing a best practices model for local charities. Now, the idea is to create a bridge between these local charities and Grassroots Soccer, and help the local charities to learn from a very innovative operator throughout the responsibility industry. Let's talk about some of the possible partners that we're looking at in the greater Manchester area.
By all means, I totally subscribe. I think it's a fantastic idea that you've got, Alex, for Football Partnerships to be involved with social enterprises, community groups that have very important messages to make. As you quite rightly point out, Grassroots Soccer are doing some invaluable work in relation to HIV, particularly in Africa. And I think in the same vein, you asked me to put some initial feelers out with regards to community groups around the Manchester area that equally we might have some synergy with and perhaps could develop some sort of alliance with going forward. I think at this juncture, one of the ones we had discussed, Alex, was perhaps potential linking in with the first venue that we're selecting to do something with Stockport County Community Sports and Education Foundation. Now, I believe that a lot of their activities have evolved from the original concept of football in the community that the Professional Football Association orchestrated back in time. And I think any of us that have been involved, as indeed I have myself, with these football in the community setups, very much appreciate the benefits they bring in a whole host of ways to community cohesion, to assisting with education, perhaps for people who are not getting as much out of education from traditional facilities in schools and colleges, but just linking education in with soccer. But on top of that, bringing footballers out to the community at large can bring a whole host of benefits and messages that can include improving junior citizenship, anti-bullying, road safety, general safety messages. There's so much that can be derived in terms of benefits for the local community in linking football to their activities closer to their homes. I think other organisations that we have explored also have included people like the Starlight Performing Arts Academy, which, albeit it's more on the art side than the sports, we discussed them primarily because they were proactive, progressive, and also in their infancy. But I think a message that is associated with their constitution, which indeed also applies to the Stockport County Community Sports and Education Foundation, is one that has a sort of general undertone of getting kids off the streets. So trying to bring something worthwhile to their lives, to their leisure pastimes, that can actually help them evolve into better citizens themselves going forward.
We're going to be looking for some prospective partners. We've put together what we think is going to be a great event at what I believe is going to be a world-class venue. For me to be able to look out over a pitch while hosting a professional function is tremendously exciting. To be able to partner with a local responsibility and social enterprise is also something that's very near and dear to my heart, as well as spreading the message for grassroots soccer. What can local companies who may wish to get involved with us benefit by lending their name, lending their brand, and providing some resources to get this event off the ground?
I suppose in some ways, Alex, it mirrors the reasoning and the motivation behind why I gladly accepted your invitation to become an FPN captain, in that I expect through time, even though I'm very much doing this underneath the Football Partnerships brand, I expect there'll be some benefit to myself and ACROBAT Consulting and Marketing going forward. But at this juncture, in the same way, anybody that wants to come and approach us, and I know both yourself, Alex, and me are accessible with approaches from local companies, because as with any other high-profile professional event, as indeed we're putting on for the football soccer industry, there will be people out there that would get a great deal of value from associating their brand with the strengths that are associated with our brand. And I think working from the point of view of a strategic alliance, whether it be sponsorship or some other form of affinity deal, I'm sure that there can be arrangements that are made that will certainly benefit both parties going forward.
With that, I'd like to be able to point potential partners as well as interested parties. For those members of Football Partnerships who are interested in learning about the event, there will be more information forthcoming online and through our newsletters, which you can look for every Wednesday. But I'd like to also publicize your information, Adrian, so that if there are questions, if you are living in England, in the UK, in Europe, in Africa, wherever it may be, and you'd like to learn more about the event in Manchester coming up on Thursday, August the 27th at the Cheshire Conference Centre, please get in touch with Adrian Storrs. He's a fantastic, and this is me. I'm very proud to have appointed Adrian. You can reach him at astores@footballpartnerships.com, and that's ASTORES @footballpartnerships.com. And Adrian, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I am looking forward to meeting you almost as much as I'm looking forward to meeting Paris Hilton, which is not actually going to be happening. But I will be looking forward to meeting you when I'm out there on the 27th.
Yes, I'm sure you were disappointed to hear that I think Ronaldo got there before you this morning. I was reading in the papers with Paris Hilton. But that aside, I'm sure you'll be very close second in the queue. And if you can just make a space for me to be third in line, then I look forward to catching up with you as well in the not-too-distant future.
Well, listen, it's been an absolute delight. I thank you again for your time. And for anyone that's listening, please do get in touch with Adrian. Please keep in touch with Football Partnerships. You can always reach me as well, both through the website and through the newsletter. You can find those channels, and I'll be happy to tell you. And connect with us. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we look forward to seeing you in Manchester on Thursday, August 27th.
Alex, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for downloading the Football Partnerships podcast, hosted by Alex Kotler and produced by Jason Ezel. Subscribe to the show on iTunes via the podcast directory or by downloading episodes directly from the Football Partnerships website, www.footballpartnerships.com.